Good morning, Peace Fam. Good morning, AJ. Good morning, Peace Love. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you both for being here. Shout out to the people who are in the chat, and shout out to the people who will dip on the replay. We got a few things to get into today. It's been a little while. It's been kind of crazy. So I was like, oh, let me sneak in a live. I know usually I do it during the week, but still getting used to all the changes and things. So, child, I'm here now. Thank you guys for hanging in there. I appreciate y'all so much. I've been here and there listening to a few things, but um, other than that, I hadn't really been on. If you want to catch up on the Tasha K. Cardi case, check out Peace Love. She is doing a lot of coverage. I think so far she's done quite a few videos, so check her out. I've also been listening to Hip Hop Inquirer. I forget his name. I want to say it's like Byron. I want to say Byron Cage Child, but that's a gospel singer. Byron something. I don't remember. But anyway, there's a people covering it, and it's a lot going on. Good morning, Just a Petty Mess. Okay, yes. So you read my mind. I was just about to get into that. So the topics we're going to talk about today. We're going to get into a story about a Henrico teen in Virginia whose hair was burnt by a classmate. You're welcome, love. You've been doing a great job. You've been doing a great job. Henrico teen whose hair was caught on fire by a hateful classmate. I'm going to talk about winter self care. These aren't necessarily in order. We're going to talk about some bodies that were found at the U.S. Canadian border, and some people had passed away, sadly. And then we're going to get into, I'm going to address Hank, okay, very briefly, okay, Hank, and we're going to talk about, along with addressing Hank, I want to talk about just a lot of biases and stereotypes that people have about immigrants. Well, not just immigrants, but just immigrants in relationships. So I want to get into that a little bit, and we'll see how far we get, child, because that's a lot, but we'll see how each one goes. Excuse me. So we're going to talk about a little bit of everything. First story I want to talk about is, I want to get into this story about the Henrico team. Dennis Byron. Thank you, peace, love, child. I thought I was like Byron something. Oh my gosh, thank you. I'm a mess. Yeah. Excuse me. I just discovered his channel. I think somebody shared him. Hey, Strictly Platinum. Big up to Strictly Platinum. I haven't seen you in a minute. I hope you're doing well. Happy New Year, love. Hey, Queen Diva. Thank y'all for being here. Let me pull this up. So I want to warn you, it's a little graphic, but we won't keep it up there for too long, child. I just want y'all to see what this poor kid went through. Um, and I'm not going to leave it up there for the whole thing just because it's a bit much. But we're gonna get into this story. It's really sad. I work with kids. That's part of the work that I do. I also see adults, but it just seems like, I know when we were growing up, there's bullies and stuff, but it just seems like this generation of bullies is just next level demonic. Child, they're on some other energy. It's just sad. It's very, very sad. And we're gonna get into it. So this is in Virginia, and I think the town is Henrico. And also the border. Yes, I'm gonna talk about the border story. So this 13-year-old boy, okay, he has, well, he had really long, beautiful curly hair. I think it hit like shoulder length. That's what his mom said. He had like shoulder length, long curly hair. And child, this little boy went to school, and I think he was in math class, and then math, because of the restrictions with the Rona, the El Nana, they were in class, they were eating their lunch in class. So he finished his lunch, and then he went to go put his lunch tray away, and then this girl in his class followed behind him, lit a lighter, and caught his hair on fire. And according to his mother, okay, not only did most of it seems like most of his shoulder and hair is gone, he has significant burns and injuries, second and third degree burns. Okay, and it's like down to his scalp. Okay, there's a lot here to unpack. I'm just gonna get the details out, and then we'll get into breaking it down. So the mom was like, of course, when she finally saw her child, the school contacted her, and she said he was hysterical. He was scared, and his pride was emotionally and mentally broken. And I'm sure this is just not even doing it justice, right? So I've seen the video of the mom. Now the mom is black and the little boy is black, and well, he's not a little boy. He's 14, he's 13. I'm pretty sure based on the research that I did that this is a predominantly black school. Because at first I was like, is this a racially motivated like crime? Child. So it wasn't. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. Pretty sure the chances that the other student is black, right? Based on the demographics. So anyway, here's the thing that really, really got me. Not only was it bad that this boy got injured and, he was this horrible situation where his classmate caught his hair on fire, the school tried to make light of it. I'm going to read you a statement that the school sent home to exactly just a petty mess. Oh, we're going to get into it. The school made light of it. And I'm going to tell you this raggedy ass statement that they sent home to parents. Okay. This is from the name of the school is John Rolfe. Okay. The principal sent this statement home. I'm in another page, so I won't be able to see y'all for a few seconds. This is Miss George, principal of John Rolfe Middle School. I'm calling to let you know about an incident that took place in your child's science class today. A student was burned by a classmate who was playing with a lighter. I'm going to read that again. A student was burned by a classmate who was playing with a lighter. The injured student was taken to the hospital and is receiving treatment. Here at school, we are reviewing the incident to ensure something like this does not happen again and taking appropriate disciplinary action as necessary. So I know some of y'all might hear that, be like, oh, Presha, how did they downplay it? If you notice the wording that she used, good morning, Miss Tiva. If you notice the wording she used, she said a student was playing with a lighter. That's not playing with a lighter. The girl went up behind the boy and lit his hair on fire. Playing with a lighter is you bring something in, you're bullshitting in class, and oops, my notebook caught on fire. That's playing with a lighter. This isn't playing with a lighter. So clearly they're trying to control the narrative. The mom said that they weren't even going to do anything to the girl. Okay. Basically, the mom had to raise hell. When I first read the story, the girl didn't have any charges. When I first read the story, this girl did not have any charges because I think the school was trying to control the narrative. And I know some of y'all have been there before. If you've worked in a school or even in other jobs where things happen, the supervisor or other people, the powers that be, will try their best to change the narrative or to lighten the narrative to be like, oh, this happened between this child and that child, and this is what we're doing about it. I know some of y'all got those stories, okay? Before I continue, I'm going to read these comments. Hey, Miss Venus, good morning. Girl, I cannot. So a mammy got upset someone else had good hair and almost killed him for it. Exactly. Just a petty mess. We're on the same page. This is exactly what I thought. First, I was like, oh, is this racially motivated? And it was like, nope. Then I said, a girl did this? Oh, she's butthurt. She's butthurt that this boy got pregnant. She's mad that his hair is long to his back and she caught his hair on fire, honey. These kids are out of control. They're out of control. Like, what is going on in these schools? If there were another color, it would have been an assault. Exactly. So the mom was saying this, and I was reading the article initially, and they kind of talked about how if this was a incident where it was like it wasn't two black kids or it wasn't two kids of color or whatever it is, best believe it would have been charges. This mom had to raise hell. Okay. Finally, this girl was charged. Okay. I don't know what she got charged with, but her ass is charged. And I'm gonna be following the story. Miss Eva said working in is it the airport? Oh, working and listening. Okay, Miss Eva. Miss Venus said, hi, Presha. Hey, Miss Venus. Good morning, love. Also, I don't believe in public schools for our children. I used to be like, oh man, no, public school is good because they get to socialize and stuff, but it's a lot of stuff going on, y'all. Out of control, Miss Tiva. Out of control. So, of course, some of you guys that are parents, or even for those of us who aren't parents, I'm sure our initial reaction is, I'm going to get this girl. Like, that's probably the thoughts that go through your head, but it's like, you can't. I'm really proud of this mom because I'm sure, well, I'm not sure, but she may have had these thoughts. She didn't do any of those things, okay? She used her voice. She advocated for her son. And eventually, this girl, got what was coming to her. I don't know what kind of demons is up in these schools, but who catches somebody's hair on fire? Just a petty mess said, also, I don't believe in, oh, sorry, I read that. The thing reverted. So, guys, when I read this story, and I read this, I think earlier this week, maybe, and I wanted to do a live earlier this week, but I couldn't. It's been so busy. And I said, what the F is going on? What is going on with these kids in this school that you're going to bring a lighter to school? This had to be planned. He was going to put his lunch tray away and the girl followed behind him. And this principal is out here making light of it. And she was some other statements that she made when she called the mom. I know that they're not supposed to freak out and create chaos. I understand that. But the way they downplayed it, I'm telling y'all, exactly, Miss Tiva, this is totally a WTF moment. I wanted to smack the principal just as much as that little girl, because I said, how do you talk about some disciplinary action? No, she needs to get charged. She needs to get charged. I don't care if she's 13. This is calculated in gold. By 13 years old, you know that fire hurts people because you've probably touched a hot surface. You've seen that shit. You've probably been warned. She knew what she was doing. It wasn't just about his hair. This poor, I just feel horrible. I'm going to show you the picture again. Like I said, I didn't want to leave it up there indefinitely because I really don't like to just have shocking things up there. Look at this picture. His ear is burnt. His hair is burnt to the scalp. Remember, he had shoulder length hair. Look at his hair. Look at his hair, guys. It's crazy. And his name was not released, and neither is the mom's, which I'm glad they didn't, because you know people ain't shit. And they be out here researching and harassing people. Okay. It's just a mess. It's just an absolute mess. And I can't believe this. I'm going to follow this story. Did any of you guys hear about this? Hey, good morning, Sister Crystal. Did any of you guys hear about this story? I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe this shit, that this is what these kids are out here doing. New levels of effery. But, please pay attention to what your kids are doing, your grandkids, your nieces, your nephews. Sometimes you will be surprised at who is doing the bullying. And I say this from experience. So, I've had different kids who have been bullied. And then every now and then I'll get kids, if you listen to the story, you'll kind of figure out, I think you're doing some of the bullying too. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important to check in. Some things we're just not going to know, especially when they get to certain ages. It's just hard to know what's happening at school. They might hide information, and some kids might not even tell you they're getting bullied because they're embarrassed, they're ashamed, they don't know what their parents going to do. Maybe, depending on who their parent is, they might roll up, to the school and stuff and make a scene. I remember I had this client back when I was still in Philly, and he was severely bullied. And I remember I talked about different options that he can do, and he did not want to do it, guys. And I had to respect it because he was old enough that I needed to respect what his wishes were. Hey, good morning, Trevera. And I felt it was almost as though, number one, he kept saying the teachers didn't do anything. And then the other thing he was afraid about is sometimes the things that they try to do as solutions make things worse. You know what I'm saying? So it's just hard. I think it's hard for kids. One of the things, I think I heard somebody say this one day. This is not my original idea, but I remember somebody saying, when we were kids, there's bullying. There's always bullying, okay? The difference is, the next layer to these kids these days is there's a bunch of devices, okay? So you get bullied at school, you go home when, at least for most of us who are my age, a little younger and older, you go home, at least you get a damn break from these bullies, right? The thing is now with social media, Snapchat, text, and everybody got a phone, you can't get away from these motherfuckers. Okay. They're texting you. They're talking shit about you online. It's just never ends. And I think the kids nowadays, I do think they go through a lot more than we do. Okay. I think they go through a lot more than we do. And it's just sad. It just breaks my heart. It really just breaks me. Yes, 3rd degree burns. It's sad. It's 2nd and 3rd degree burns. Thank you so much, Miss Tiva. It's like, where are these? What is going on? Thank you, Sister Crystal. So anyway, this really irked my soul. I just wanted to share the story with y'all because I was like, what is happening to these people? What is going on? Let me take a sip of this water, child. There's so much more that I could say, but I said I was going to keep it cute today. What would you do if this was your child? What would you do? Do you think the mom handled it well? Personally, I think she did a good job. I think it's hard to stay calm and level headed during these situations, okay? And because I already shared a story with y'all months ago about this lady who found out that the daycare had hit her child. I don't remember how old the child was, but child, the mom went up to the school and whipped the daycare worker's ass. I don't suggest that. I don't suggest anybody do that because you're just going to catch charges and be away from your child. Okay. But it is understandable that you might have thoughts of retaliation. That's normal. Just don't do it. If you want to retaliate, do it the legal way. Okay. So, what would you do if this was your child, if this was your, niece, nephew, grandchild? Sister Crystal said, true, some of the things I went through as a child were recorded. I don't know what is going on with StreamYard. If I would, it won't let me go any further. StreamYard, get it together. Good morning, Kaylin White. Thanks for being here. I can't see. Oh my gosh, StreamYard's getting on my nerves, y'all. Hold on. It won't let me go any further until the next comment comes up. Good morning, Presha. Mods and chat notifications are trash. Kayleen, listen, Google is listen. I don't know if it's because I'm not on here often enough. They're just a mess. You're not the only one who says that. And I know you said that they've unsubscribed you. You're not the only person that said that. Google does this shit. YouTube does this, and it's just I'm sick of them. Okay, now I can read the rest of her statement. I don't know if I would have made it to adulthood without major mental trauma. Sister Crystal, it is real. It's real. And this is the reason why I told y'all when I was a kid, okay, I was pretty quiet. I was pretty chill. But I had a couple bullying situations and, I did what I could. But you know what? Some of them caught these hands. The minute they put their hands on me, that's when all bets were off. I never started with them. I never put my hands on them first. Okay. Some people just need a good ass whooping. That is my unofficial advice. But when you're an adult, you can't do that and you shouldn't. But I don't know. I felt like for me, that got rid of some of my bullies. The minute they crossed the line and put their hands on me, it was on and popping. And then they left me the fuck alone. Okay. Just a petty mess said, I didn't mind catching charges for my child. The legal system takes too long. And just a petty mess, that's why I don't judge people. I just don't want people to do it because I don't want them to end up in jail, be away from their kids and their family. But I can understand. I can understand why somebody would feel that way. I would never judge a parent because the things that people are doing these days is just sad. It's very sad. If people knew they were going to get punched in the face a few times before court. Listen, some of these people have never been on the receiving end of things. They've only been the perpetrator, not the victim. Well, they're not even victims, but sometimes that's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, I can totally understand why somebody would get upset and lose their shit. And that's why I said this mom, she seemed like she handled it as best as she could. And it did result in this girl getting charged. But anyway, y'all, this is making my this is making my blood boil. I'm gonna move on to the next story. Actually, you know what? We're gonna get Hank's sour ass out the way because she's not gonna mash up my life. I'm just gonna talk to her and we're gonna just keep it moving. So I'm gonna tell you the backstory very quickly and we're gonna move on. I don't watch Hank at all. I don't care for her. I just don't watch her. The only reason why I found out that she mentioned my name is because I was listening to Brian's video. And he said that Hank had, listen to this, Hank had mentioned my name and implicated me somehow and compared me to Tasha K's husband. Okay. So here's the first thing I noticed. I guess because Tasha K's husband is African and Tasha K is an American national. Like, well, actually, he's an American national too, I'm sure. I guess somehow I don't know. I don't even know how I got into Tasha K's storyline. Tasha K is a big YouTube personality who has over 1 million followers. Okay. So I have tried my best to do excessive deductive reasoning, and I could not come to a conclusion as to why Hank thought I was to be compared to this situation, brought into the situation. It's very weird. So she said something about, them. Oh, I don't know if she said overseas people, but I took it to mean like immigrants. And she was like, they some sneaky motherfuckers. And when they want to do something to you, oh, who's Hank? Deanna Kaling. Deanna. Because we know it's going to get back to her. And Dutty Foot Deanna. And so she was saying all this stuff, and it was like, well, they're sneaky, and when they decide they want to do something to you. And I said, what the hell did I do to Hank? Hank, the only thing I've ever done to you is tell you the motherfucking truth. Okay? I've never done anything to you. You're the one who was a fake ass bitch when I was in your live for months, saying hi, acted like you don't have a problem. And then when shit went down with the wild warthog, you were running your mouth in his chat. And then I said something to you about it. I said you were a fake ass bitch. And then you got mad. What did I do to you? What does me being from another country have to do with Tasha K's husband, have to do with your commentary? You're obsessed with me. See, I think I know what it is. Ever since I addressed your ass directly, you and the Sketo from Georgia, you've been in your feelings. You are not used to being put in your place. Okay? You're not used to being put in your place. You're used to people being afraid of you. You're used to screaming and acting a damn fucking fool, and people cower in fear, but you found out Presha wasn't the one. Okay? You found out Pressure Cooker wasn't the one. So you must be, I don't know if you're dreaming about me. I don't know if I'm in your nightmares. I don't know what's going on. But you must be really obsessed if you had to mention me within the first 5 minutes of your commentary about Tasha K and her husband. That's weird. You're weird. You should be more concerned about getting a foot file and getting off the extra dead skin off of your foot, soaking them johns, and getting a nice pedicure. That's what you need to be focused on. Okay? And what is this obsession? What is this? Yeah, Sean Bradley did name her Hank. He did name her Hank. Okay? And you want to hear something funny? There's actually going to be a reboot of King of the Hill. That's where Hank is from. That show, King of the Hill. The White Country Bumpkins. Okay? So, how did I end up in your commentary? What did I ever do to you? Oh, that when they decide, when them sneaky, I guess she means like people from other countries want to do stuff to you. What the fuck did I ever do to you, Hank? How was I sneaky with you? If I recall, I've been nothing but direct with you, and you couldn't take it. Okay? You couldn't take that shit. So keep being obsessed. I don't watch you. Okay, with your stupid lives. All of your lives say good morning, but bitch, you're never having a good morning. You're one of the angriest people on this motherfucker. And I know I just threw my life to hell because now I just dropped a whole bunch of F-bombs. But I needed to get you out the way. Because don't think I forgot. I would have addressed your ass, but I was busy. See, I have a job. I have a career, something you don't have. So you got time to get on here worrying about the pressure cooker who's in a whole nother country, not thinking about your ass. Are you serious? So what is wrong with these people? They like, you can't get, y'all stay thinking about me, and I'm not even thinking about you. I'm not even watching your shit. I told you that. But somehow I'm compared to Tasha K's husband. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So the other thing I want to say is, and I'm going to read y'all comments because I can see y'all dragging and I'm here for it. Why do people think that people from other countries only get married to get a green card and to become legal? Do you understand how many routes there are to citizenship that does not include marriage? See, just because you're in a trash ass relationship, just because your life is miserable, you assume that there's no way people could be in a happy relationship with somebody else that's different than them. I'm sorry that your life is miserable, Hank. You know how I know your life is miserable? Because you get on here and you act a damn fool and you yell and you scream and you're hateful. What was the sneaky shit you did to D. Ramsey that made her burn your t shirt? Why don't we talk about that? You sitting up there talking about some when these overseas motherfucker get ready to do something to you. Listen, I can't speak for all the overseas people. One thing you're right about is them Caribbeans, specifically Jamaicans. I told y'all before, this is not a joke. It's not a game. Do not fuck with Jamaicans, okay? We are very nice, chill, Irie people. But if you cross us, okay, if you cross us, some of us will have a vindictive nature and it's on and popping. Okay, I'm not telling you that I'm going to do that to you. I'm just saying you're right about that part. Okay, so Hank, find something to do. Go brush your teeth, go floss your mouth, go wash your ass, go soak your pussy, but stop worrying about me coming of time for you. You know what I'm saying? Sure, to Rascot. Anyway, let me read these comments. Neither do I. She's not my brand of entertainment. That bitch is not even entertaining. I can't even understand her half the time. So dumb. I'm sick. I'm sick of addressing y'all. Find something else to do. I don't get you views. I'm not gonna get you views, so I don't understand the obsession with the pressure cooker. She was fake to me too. She's fake. That's what I'm saying. All this, yammering and talking. And I was in your chat, and you were, hey, Presha. And then all of a sudden, I'm sneaky. I'm overseas, bitch. And whatever else you had to say, I don't remember because I'm not paying attention. No, I know who Hank is. Oh, sorry. I was wondering who named her Hank. My bad, Kayleen. I misread it. Oh, yeah. Sean named her Hank. Miss Venus said, I would be glad when Tasha case is over. I hear or see her name again. I will vomit. I know people are so over it. I just want to see how it ends. Miss Venus says, okay, yeah, people are schooling people. I'm just so sick of it. Like, what? I think she looks more like Arthur than Hank. A lot of people say she looks like Arthur. She does. She does look like Arthur. She's jealous about your subject. I gave it when you said something. Exactly. Just because you can't construct a sentence, don't be mad at me. Okay? Don't be mad. Good morning, Tiffany. I don't understand. I couldn't listen. It was so funny because I listened to Brian's video and I tried to go listen to say, let me see if she said anything else. And I said, I can't find it. And then I've come to find out, I just assumed it wasn't at the beginning. And it was within the first 5 minutes of her video. And I was like, yo, like, you're that pressed. I would love to hear you are handling blank and Kenna. Sorry, I would love to hear how you're. Oh, I think I know what you're saying. Oh, yes. Okay, yes. I might talk about that because it's going to weave in with some of the other stuff. Tiffany said, wait, huh? Somebody compare you to Tasha K's husband? Yes, Tiffany. So Tasha K's husband, they're saying Tasha K's husband threw her under the bus in court. He was saying, oh, he don't have no control over her. And somehow Hank is saying that makes me synonymous with him. I don't know what she's talking about. People are weird. Talk about how none of them like James, but now they have beef with Club Chat. They're all up under him. Exactly. I'm going to read that again. Talk about how none of them like James, but now they have beef with Club Chat. They're all up under him. These people are so fake, Miss Venus. Okay, and don't forget Hank came from Club Chat. She came from Club Chat. I don't understand what you're talking about. Sneaky what? Like, sneaky what? I don't got to be sneaky. I tell you how I feel. I tell you how I feel. I don't come on here and scream at people. Okay? Just dumb. Tiffany said, oh, Lord, now I think you're who you're talking about. Author reference tipped me off. Yeah, it's like, I'm just so sick of her. Go away. First, you was worried about me being in Auntie Hammy's chat. And then now you're just bringing me up in random commentary. Just dumb. Anyway, bye, Hank. I'm sure you'll get the message. Move, and I won't be watching your response either, so just don't bother because I don't watch your shits. Okay, I don't. What a weird correlation. Yeah, this is how you know when they're obsessed, Tiffany. Somebody got to be obsessed when they're just trying to draw parallels that don't even exist. I don't understand it all. I don't understand. It makes no sense to me. I don't know if she was trying to take a jab at my relationship. I don't know. I honestly could not understand the point that she was making. When was I sneaky? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Anyway, yes, I do live rent free in their head. I do. It's very sad. You don't come for them, you only respond. Exactly. I don't, Miss Venus. And that's what's so funny to me. Like, I don't understand why these people are so obsessed with me. Like, I haven't even been on here. I was feeling bad. I was like, damn, I got to drop a video for my people. And I haven't even been on here. It's not even like I was around doing stuff. Like, what are you talking about? Why are you so obsessed? I was really trying to figure out what is it about me that gets stuck in some of these people's heads that they have to bring my name up. And the only thing when it's not random shit that they made up, it's stupid shit from 2018. It's 2022. Okay. I have never dealt with people who behave like this in my life. Like, this subset of YouTube is a whole nother level. Like, people perseverate, they're obsessed, they ruminate. This is how I know you don't have shit going on in your life. Because I'd be damned if I'm sitting up at home thinking about somebody who did some shit to me in 2018. What? Like, they stay bringing up stupid stuff. They don't want to let me go. I'm gonna have to do a whole nasty piece of cord cutting ritual on all of their asses to get them gone. Like, leave me alone. I'm living my life. I'm happy. I know that. And this is sad because I would wish for y'all to be happy. I really would. I would. Even the people that's acting a damn fool, I would wish for you to have a happy life. But it just seems like you're so miserable. And like, are you jealous of other people who are living a happy, decent life? Like, you can too. You can too. Like, I don't understand. What is the obsession with me? I'm really asking that for real. Like, I don't understand it at all. It sounds like YouTube streets are dry. You know what? That's a good point, Sister Crystal. When they don't have anything for Top Boat, then they bring up foolishness. I notice that people in the sector typically obsess over people who they think are easy to read or who will bring the most enemies to their chat. It's weird. And Miss Venus nailed it. But Miss Venus, they're not learning. They keep thinking I'm easy to read. And it's like, what are you like? Do you think I'm a weak target? Literally, I just went back and forth with the wild warthog. A lot of people in the sector are afraid to address him. And I addressed him multiple times. I'm not scared of none of you hoes. Get it through your head. Like, there's nobody on this YouTube that I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'd never have anything to say to them because I'm just so terrified of their keyboard gangster antics. What? I love Peace Love. Peace Love said, see, using words like ruminate is going to get her going again. Exactly. They're going to be over there fucking up that word. Listen, a lot of the people in the sector, good morning, Lexi, they could fuck up a good word. Like, it's like basic shit. And I can't even think of the examples right now, but I'm like, are y'all serious? Like, what? Yes, misery loves company. I am not a miserable person. The fact that I even had to address your ass, okay, makes me disappointed in myself. Because I really don't have time for you, Hank. I really don't. But apparently you have time for me. And I don't understand why. I just don't get it. I haven't said anything to you. I don't interact with you. You're blocked. I don't talk about you in videos. Our last run-in was me being in Auntie Hammy's chat, and then some of your minions ran back and told you that I was in her chat, and then you tried to threaten me and tell me, you got to decide if you want to be a therapist or if you want to be messy. Girl, what does me being a therapist have to do with being in Auntie Hammy's chat? Therapists like to get a good laugh and a kiki too. Well, Deanna, you're going to have to decide if you want to be a ratchet, gutter ass bitch, okay? Or somebody else. See how that works? You're ridiculous. You can't tell me what to do. I'm not doing anything that's messed up, that's wrong. I'm using this application just like the rest of you. I don't understand what the problem is. Why do y'all follow people around? You shouldn't even be able to see me. That's how I know it was your minions who ran back and told you, because I have you blocked. I have you blocked, sweetie. So I don't even understand why you're worried about what I'm doing and what I'm saying. You know, they have nothing but that old CPS stuff to obsess over. Exactly. They love talking about that shit. And you know, the funny part is, no matter how many times I've talked about mandated reporter, what that is, they love to come up here and spin a narrative about how I planned and plotted to take down Sean Bradley and all this stuff. And it's just like, y'all can just keep having these fantasies and these dreams. At the end of the day, there's nothing that you have on me, because I literally did my job. I didn't report no lies. I didn't add any extra. That's what y'all do. See, y'all get up on here and look at ways to screw people. You get on here. Aren't you the one who called the gambling board on Firebabe? And not that I care, but you did that. Why did you do that? It's not because you're altruistic. It's not because you care about the law. It's not because you care about the rules. It's because you're vindictive. That's an example of a vindictive story. You didn't have to do that. You did that. You went out of your way to do that. So how dare you come on here and try to make what I did synonymous with being vindictive? See, just because you don't have a job and you don't know what it is to have certain responsibilities, you will never understand. You're determined to be ignorant. Doesn't mean I play by your rules. I keep telling you, I don't play by any of your rules. Y'all think y'all could just order people around and tell them what to do. And then when they don't do it, you're this, that, and the third. And then when you do your job, you're all kinds of, traitors and this, that, and the third. Meanwhile, people who you love and follow and watch are doing horrible things, making horrible phone calls, and you never call them out. And that has nothing to do with those people's responsibilities. But here I am, literally doing my job, and you've spun the story multiple times. And it's the only thing you have. Doesn't that tell you something if that's the only thing you think you have? Because that's not nothing either, to be honest. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm never going to apologize. Okay. I've explained it 11 times. We're not going to explain it again. I don't care how slow you are. It's not happening. Get a life. Find something to do. Get a job. Get a hobby other than YouTube. I don't understand what the obsession with some people on here are. Like, it's weird. I really don't understand it. I don't have people like that in my life. I like a little mess from time to time. So do I, Kayleen. But when all their content is about arguing and talking about one another, I can't watch. Same. I need my soul to be fed as well. See, that's because, Kayleen, they're not watching anything that like builds them up, introduces them, teaches them new thing. They're only looking at new ways to spar with their internet, what is it? I can't even think of the word. Okay. The people they sparring with. Okay. Opponents. Y'all literally sit and think of ways that you're going to beef with people. And then you create stuff when there's nothing around. I choose a messy therapist for $500. Okay. That means we're real. Like, it's so weird. I've seen them do this to this other person on here. And I actually unsubscribed from the person because they were like, this therapist gave their opinion about something. They weren't stating anything. They didn't like come draw any conclusions. And then she was attacked because the other person didn't agree with her. And then they started bringing all this thing into it. You're supposed to be this. You're supposed to be that. And it's like people stay telling us what to do, even though they didn't go to school for what we did. They didn't do the hours of supervision. They didn't do the certifications. They didn't do none of this stuff, but they love telling us what to do, all while probably never having a therapist in their life. It's weird. People are so jealous on here. This is why I F with half of those, well, more than half of those people anymore. Because they're just jealous and hateful. They don't like to see other Black people doing something with their life, okay? Because they're miserable. And then they have to find a way to tear other people down. They have to find a way to think they could threaten somebody. They have to find a way to think they could silence somebody. Like, are you serious? We're real people too. I'm not out here, trying to bully people, making videos to start shit. You do that shit. You do that. I'm responding to you. Like, it's just so weird. Y'all make up all these rules that you don't even follow, but you think you can tell somebody else. Well, man, I'm gonna tell you this once. You can't tell me what to do. Minosa, you're trying to tell me. It's not working. Therapists can enjoy watching mess off the clock if they want to. Exactly. Thank you, Tiffany. Facts on facts on facts. It's just silly. But this is how people try to control you. Altruistic means selfless concern, Deanna. I love Peace Love. Listen, you better get your notebook, Hank. Okay, because Peace Love is dropping these gems, and she's trying to give you, some knowledge so you can expand your vocabulary, that besides just saying motherfucker and all this other stuff. Learn some words. Ridiculous. Miss Venus said people are human first. Career shouldn't make you a robot being a human. Exactly. As long as you're a therapist on the clock, that's all that matters. Thank you, Miss Venus. And I'm a damn good one if I say so myself. Okay. I worked hard to be where I am, and I care about people. This is the reason why I'm uncomfortable with 90% of the shit that you do, because some of it is fun and it's a kiki and it's hilarious. When people are just doing a little reading here, it's funny. But when you're trying to destroy people's lives, that's not funny to me. It's not funny. You find it funny. That says more about you than it does about me. Okay? So don't try to lecture me about who I am and what I should be doing. Ridiculous. Hey, Triple L, good morning. Just to work, sneaking on here. Triple L has also been covering the Tasha K case, guys, so check him out. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for pressing the like button as you enter watching from the skybox. Kelly said, it's no longer roasting. It's out of maliciousness. It is maliciousness because these people are bitter and angry. Get a journal. Don't come on here and take stuff out on people. Actually, a lot of y'all could benefit from a therapist, and I don't say that in a way that puts me in a place higher. I've had therapists in my life. Okay, recently I'm looking for one. Like, I'm very open about those things. That is not to demean and to put people down. Anybody could benefit from a therapist. So, some of y'all really need to be turning off the live button and calling somebody to talk about your problems instead of coming on here and being rageaholics. And also, some of y'all need to put the bottle down. Y'all come on here and look the damn fool, just always drunk. Okay. And I'm not talking about I had a little wine and I'm tipsy, or I had a couple drinks and I'm in a good mood. I'm talking about just shit faced. Why would you want people to see you like that? Why would you want to come on here? That's not funny. The people watching you don't care about you. It don't matter how many things they put in your comments. Oh, you're so funny. If you really care about somebody, you're not going to want to see them, drunk all the time and making an ass out of themselves. I don't know about you, but that makes me sad. I don't watch those people. The people who are on here being outrageous, their hair is not done, and they're just acting a fucking mess. That makes me sad. Okay, I would be embarrassed if I was addicted to something and I was on here. My family would come scoop me up real quick. Just like I told y'all, my family would have pulled my coattail if at Christmas I was on the internet arguing with people from the internet. They'd be like, "Girl, what?" No, they wouldn't say "girl, what." My Jamaican family would be like, "Oh, what y'all do?" I would not even be able to be on there for 5 minutes. They'd be like, "Really?" So I don't even know how y'all do this shit where y'all be on here arguing with people. It's crazy. Yes, therapy is for everybody. And this is why I say this, because a lot of times people use it as a read and it's not a read. Anybody could benefit from a therapist. I would not be the person I am today if I didn't go to therapy. Let me tell you something. Listen up, Hank. These are some life gems for free. Typically, I charge X amount of dollars per hour for these. I would be on here raging out just like most of the people in the beef sector if I did not go to therapy. I had serious anger issues, okay, due to childhood trauma. I would be on here acting a fucking fool. I probably wouldn't have had no goddamn friends. I probably would still be going to a fundamental Christian church, okay? I wouldn't be the person that I am now if I didn't do that work. And the work is continuous. So even after I stopped going to therapy, I've done work on my own. Okay. I didn't learn all this stuff just by becoming a therapist. I had to do my own work. I had to do my own work on myself, and I'm still doing work. So when I come on here and say this stuff, it's not to like make it seem like I'm better than other people or to be like you're crazy, like you got mental health issues. Some people do have significant mental health issues, and that's a reason for them to be in therapy. Some people just need to work through things. Okay, everybody has different goals. Stop letting the stigma of therapy make y'all live in misery and come on here like Hank worrying about people that she never met. Okay, and talking about how they sneaky because they're immigrants. What? Miss Venus said, I feel like if I'm doing something wrong and ruining my life and people are entertaining me, it's clear that they hate me. Miss Venus, that's because you're self-aware and you're speaking nothing but 200% facts. You're smart. You figured it out. Like, if you're on here doing that and people are cheering you on, those people don't really care about you. Hate to burst your bubble. Oh, guess what? Listen to this. Even the people that super chatting you when you're making a fucking ass out of yourself, those people don't give a fuck about you either. Essentially, you're a fighter in the gladiator ring, and they're like, listen, crank up the violence some more. We don't care if you lose an arm. We don't care if you die. We just want to be entertained. You got to be careful about those type of people. See, we all like to be entertained, but how you're being entertained should matter. It should matter to people. You should want better for yourself. That shouldn't be the only thing you have to offer. Sure, sometimes I love watching people get a good cussing out because sometimes them deserve it. Okay, I've been very honest on here. I like a little bit of mess too. I would be a liar if I said I didn't. But I don't like the destruction of lives. I don't. Too much cosplaying. Too much cosplaying on here is one reason why folks are so hateful and try to upend people's lives. Exactly. Exactly. This is what I'm saying, Tiffany. They got to log off and live real life. You can't be living real life when you got time to make 5 lives in a day about one person. You can't. That's an obsession. Kayleen said, digging in the earth is so therapeutic. Absolutely. Plant a tree, grow your own food, do something positive for yourself and the earth. Amen, Kayleen. Gems and gems and gems. See, if you come over here, you're going to get a little mess, you're going to get a little tea, and you're going to get lots of gems. Because we don't stew in toxicity over here. We don't. Miss Venus said, my family started me in therapy early. I had a therapist from age 6 to 18. Very helpful. Bless your family. I respect those parents so much. This is part of why, also the work I do with kids, this is part of why I love it, because I've learned if I had been in therapy when I was a kid, I would have done a lot more quicker healing. I did a lot of that stuff. Hey, Mixology Plus, I did a lot of that as an adult. And I wish I started earlier, but I probably wouldn't have been ready. Okay. Especially when it comes to trauma and anxiety and depression, get your kids into therapy early. It'll give them more of a fighting chance. Stop listening to numbnuts who are telling you that it means this and don't let people get in your business. Like, stop listening to those people. Sister Crystal said, very interesting points of view, Presha Cooka, especially about those who super chat when people do draw dropping things online. Exactly, Sister Crystal. And some of them going to be mad that I said that. Some of them are going to be mad, but it's true. If you're coming on here high and you're drunk out of your mind, and that's when people are super chatting you because you're making an ass out of yourself, you got to do some soul searching. Okay? You got to do some soul searching. Are these the people that I want to attract in my life? What does this say about me and where I'm at? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just sad. It's very sad. Miss Mixology Plus said, dang, my break is over. Enjoyed my time here. We'll catch your replay. Thanks for stopping by, love. Have a great day. So it's just like, I just, no. And, I had said I wasn't going to address her because I really, really am done addressing a lot of these folks. But I wanted to point out the ignorance of, number one, assuming that this man needs something from Tasha K because he's African. How do you know this man didn't already have all of his paperwork together? He's probably already a citizen before he met her. What are you talking about? Like, people just say ignorant stuff. Sure, are there people who marry people because they want, a nasty piece of green card or citizenship? Absolutely, there are people who do that. I would be lying if I said they didn't exist. But it's definitely a stereotype to think that just because somebody's from a different country means that if they're in a relationship with somebody, that they're there for something. And also, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, and this isn't to demean Tasha K, because she has grown a multiple successful businesses. I'm pretty sure her husband had a production company before she hit it big. I'm pretty sure her success was after. Okay, he was already successful. But it's hard for you to believe that because you just assume, because that man is African. I don't even know how you get that information, that he's in it for something and he's sneaking around and, just horrible things that people say. That kind of stuff irritates me. It does. It really irritates me because it's like, you don't think people can do stuff on their own. You just think like, oh yeah, there's no way he's using her. Those people have 2 kids together. They've been married for a long ass time. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Again, misery loves company. Because you're miserable, you have to assume this is the case. Just dumb. Read a book. Learn something new. Anyway, we're going to get into, we're going to quickly talk about the bodies that were found at the Manitoba border. And then we're going to get into some winter self-care. And then we're going to be up out of here. I'm done talking about Hank and, just the bullshit that comes with her and the other people. Lord of mercy. Anyway, so this is a tragic story. Okay. So first of all, it's been cold as F where I am. Okay. And all over Canada. But it's been very cold. We got like a 1-week break, and the break was like, let me see. I think we had a couple days of -4 or something, which is still cold. Like, and it's not Fahrenheit, it's Celsius. But it's been -30, -24. That's very cold. I keep forgetting to look what that is. Celsius to Fahrenheit. I just want to check real quick for y'all so I can give you an idea. Because I'm just over the Celsius. I know that makes me sound ignorant as hell, but I'm over it. So -25 is -13 Fahrenheit. Okay. Now, before moving here, cold for me was 30 degrees Fahrenheit and less. Now, I'm happy if it's like, I am happy, okay, if it's not below 0. All right. And even if it's below 0, but it's just a few degrees, you just have to deal with it. Okay. It makes you tough. Canadians are tough. These people are tough. All right. That's what I learned. I had to woman up very quickly when I moved here. All right. Ain't nobody got time. They're not going to shut shit down for 4 inches of snow. Okay. Do you know how cold it has to be for them to shut school down? It has to be -40 Fahrenheit degrees. And -40 Fahrenheit is actually the same in -Celsius in Celsius. So it's the same. Yes. They love an old nasty piece of green card joke. It's just sad. It's sad, guys. It's sad. I that kind of stuff angers me. Like, it's cold. My family are literally like the Huxtables. They never whooped us either. See, when we acted up, they took us to therapy. And there's a lot of Black families like that. Don't be fooled. There's a lot of Black families like that, guys. And I'm so grateful for them because we need to learn from them. We need to learn from them. Don't listen to these ignorant ass people. You don't have to suffer in silence. And if you find a therapist and it don't work, find a different one. It's okay to change. Give them a little bit of time, but it's okay to find. It doesn't mean they're horrible. It just means it's not a good fit for you. It's cold. So this is a sad story. Yes, -25. Kaylee, when I tell you, listen, y'all know I'm from an island, okay? My blood and my makeup says no. Okay. But there's a lot of great benefits to living in Canada. So I'll couch it with that. All right. It's nice to not have to worry about insurance. Thank the Lord. All of that is great. There's a lot of good things about being here. I would be happy to live somewhere that was 70 degrees all year. Me too, Miss Venus. I think maybe when I get older, or when I retire, I'm definitely going to be a snowbird. People leave here for like a couple months and they go somewhere warm. I might be one of those people. Just be like, see ya. Um, but yeah, it's fucking cold here. Okay. And it's not always, but when it's cold, it's cold. It's not for play. You can die from exposure. With the first year I moved here, this lady was found not too far from where I live and she did dead. She froze to death. She left her car. That's what they say. Don't leave your car. Okay. Do not leave your car. Make sure, listen, my husband got me set up. He got blankets in the back of the car, candles, water. Okay. He put that shit in my trunk because he was like, you never know what could happen. He put a shovel in my car. Well, he has a truck, so he doesn't have all of those things, but he has some things in there. You cannot play with this Canadian winter. And some people who live in the northern states, I'm sure it's probably similar, but I've never experienced this living in the States because I lived in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York. Okay. And not upstate New York, like, you know, regular New York. Sorry to the people who live upstate. But it's not a joke, it's not a game. You will die, you will lose fingers, you will die. It's not a joke. So what happened at this man was arrested at the border, okay? It's the Manitoba border, which is, I think, it borders North Dakota is the next state. And this man had a 15 passenger van and then he got pulled over. He had, like, I forget, like 3 people in the car or something in the truck. And then they had found the bodies of 4 people. Like 5 people got arrested. They were alive, thank God, but they had significant injuries. They had a lot of frostbite due to exposure. And 4 bodies were found: a male, a woman, a teenager, and a baby froze to death because I think this dude, this dude was a human smuggler. So he probably said, oh yeah, pay me this and I can get you across the border. And then sometimes people would try to, I don't know if they were worried, so they left the man and they were going to walk. Sometimes people do that. I've read stories when I was researching the story. I read stories and I have a picture of a man who he lost his fingers due to frostbite. Him and his friend were walking from, I guess they must have been coming through North Dakota. And I don't know how many miles it is, but it's not short. And it's just, it's pretty open here. Like it's pretty, I'm trying to think. There's not a lot of buildings. Like if you're in the city, it's different. This is not the city. I'm talking about like the prairies. Okay, it's open. There's not even like trees like that. Sometimes a lot of the trees are gone because of the farmland. There's so much farmland. Okay, so it's just open and it's cold. And if you don't have on, even if you have the gear, you can only last for so long. People spend mad money on gear here, like because we're going to talk about winter self-care because I've learned a lot of winter self-care tips from moving here. So I'll share them with you guys. But these people froze to death, guys, because they thought they can walk across the border. Okay, I think some of these were Indian nationals. I don't know if they all were Indian nationals, but it's just very sad. It broke my heart. That is a horrible way to die. A horrible way to die. Okay. I don't know if you've ever been cold and think you're going to get frostbite, but not really. You're just cold. That's how I feel. You better have extra gloves. You can, those little Fenka gloves, like them little black gloves you could get at the dollar store. You can't use that shit here. That will not get you anywhere. Okay. You have those as a backup for something to drive in your car, maybe if your car is warm. It is so cold here. You have to have a block heater, which means that you plug your car in for an hour or 2, sometimes overnight. I don't do it overnight because that's dangerous. You plug your car in so your engine warms up because your car won't start. I just want y'all to get that in your head. I've never had to do that shit. I had to get a block heater moving here with my little Yaris, okay? And I have winter tires on my Yaris. I didn't know that they put winter tires on little cars. I thought it was just for trucks. I have winter tires, and then not all of them are studded, and the 2 front ones are studded with like copper studs, so it helps to crush the ice. It's not a game. Things don't stop here unless it's really bad. Really bad is not 5 inches of snow. Really bad, they have the equipment for this here. So it's not, in Pennsylvania, they're going to shut down school for a few inches of snow. It's not going to happen here, I promise you. Okay? You're going to have to go to work. See, AJ said I'm in Montreal. It's been -23 to -30. Y'all thought I was playing. is serious. And that's the actual temperature. I bet you what AJ's not telling you, that damn wind chill could be higher than that, which means it feels really, really much colder than that. It's freezing now where I am. I hate it when it's too cold and too hot. Me too. I don't like the extremes. And it needs to consistently be October weather all year round. You know, Tiffany, that's my favorite time of year too, is fall. I love the fall. It's so beautiful. Kenley said, darn, you can't even drink coffee on your back porch. No, sis, you can't. You can't. Your lips somewhere freeze. Listen, I get lazy in the winter. I don't even want to go put stuff out in that we have the compost, the recycling, and the garbage right next to the house. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna just have Jeff take this out. I'm not going out there. Okay. And it's just cold. I feel so sad for Regina King. Yes, I saw that story, Miss Venus, and I, you know what? I'm gonna be honest, guys. I was so sad. I was like, I can't even cover this. It's sad. I saw that. May he rest in peace. Oh man, she must be going through so much pain right now. It's sad. I don't like how that year is starting off already. Sister Krista said, oh my God, I'm in Ohio in the States, but I have never had to use a block heater for my car. In fact, I have never heard of a block heater. I never heard of a block heater either. Before we moved here, Jeff's dad was like, he got it for us as a gift. He was like, I'm gonna put block heaters in your cars. And first, you know, sometimes Jeff is hard-headed. He was like, oh, we don't need that. And his dad was like, no, you need to get it. Because once it drops to negative 15 Fahrenheit, your car might not start. So you have to use a block heater. And definitely if it's colder than that, it ain't gonna start without the block heater. So don't do it. So guys, these people died trying to come across the border. It's very sad. I'm gonna show you a picture. Don't worry, it's not gruesome. I actually picked one that wasn't, because I don't like to like shock people. I don't like to show gruesome pictures if you're not ready. Let me take this off so I can. So there's another picture. Basically, his arms are down to nubs. This is not one of the current victims. This is from 2017. And he was one of the guys who tried to walk across the border with his friend and basically lost all his fingers and his toes. Now here it looks like he still has fingers. This is before they were amputated. I didn't want to show y'all what it looked like because it was just too much, but it's not a joke. So you got to have the gear. And even if you have the gear, it's not a place to just be, you know. And the thing is, we'll transition into winter self-care because I don't want to end with a sad story. But you know, you have to have the right gear. So you know, if you're going to be outside, and it's super cold, you should have on multiple layers. Like I said, you can't get them cheap ass dollar store gloves. You got to get some mittens. Okay. Unless you're going to wear multiple pairs of gloves, you have to have a scarf, a nice coat. Okay. Some of us like to wear, listen, I like to be cute. I learned very quickly. I like to be cute in the winter, and I didn't want to wear a hat. Okay, because y'all know I got my natural hair and my curls said no. Okay. I stopped that shit. I have a hat now. And I still need to get one that's lined with satin or silk so it can like keep my curls nice. You need a hat if it's too cold, because even if you're out there, it's just too much, right? If you're outside. So I stopped that. I got a coat that's thick enough. You can't get a cheap ass coat. It has to be a good coat because it needs to be built to last. Okay. Like, it's not a joke. It's not a game. And let me tell you, these Canadians are crazy. They still do stuff outside. I walk with two friends every week, and I walk with one of them on Monday and one on Thursday, and most of them will still walk unless I'm like, I know I did a walk, it was negative 21 and I did a walk. I just had to put on mad layers, and we went for a walk because it also helps your mental health. If you can just be outside for a few minutes, you don't have to be out there long. As long as you have on the right gear, go for a walk. It's good. And I noticed that it helps my mental health in the winter. But my cutoff is like, I think if it's over negative 20, then I just say, no, I'm not going. Yeah, you know, and so, or we do something inside. One of my friends doesn't like inside workouts, but the other one does. We'll do yoga or something. But y'all, they crazy. They be going cross country skiing. They do skating, hockey. They get outside, because if you don't, winter is long. It's long. It's really long. So you can't be inside the whole time. It's tempting to want to do that, but if you're not your mental health is gonna suffer. So let's get into this winter self-care. Okay. some things I'm going to talk about. A couple of the things I don't have them. But I know clients have sworn by them, so I want to share it with you because I've heard multiple clients talk about it. So I wanted to be honest about that. So we'll start with the things that I do know about that I personally do. So I make sure I upgrade my lotion in the winter. I use a body butter. I don't use regular lotion in the winter here. It's too damn cold. Okay. Actually, I prioritize my pedicures in the winter because it's so cold. You end up with a lot of extra skin and it's just gross. And so you like if you're not going to do it yourself, then if you can afford it, you got to go get it done. And even if you're not in a super cold place like I am, just if you have the money, just go once a month. That's a good way to treat yourself because even though you might not be able to show it off in your cute sandals, you can feel cute and you can, like walk around your house and your feet are nice and it's just nice. Like maybe some people do this anyway. I'm just saying before I never really did it in the winter. I used to do my pedicures when it was warm. But I like to do that. Have you heard of book? Why is this StreamYard is really acting up today? Have you heard of the book Set Boundaries, Find Peace? No, wait, let me write that down. No, I haven't. It sounds amazing. I'm gonna look it up after this. I'm just writing it down. But I upgrade my lotion because I don't know about you, but if you're in a very cold place, regular lotion doesn't do much for my skin. I like a body butter. It needs to be thick. And I actually make my own body butter. It has like shea butter and cocoa butter in it and some other things. And I actually just started to sell it here locally. But it's my first round of it. So first round selling it, but I used to give it out as gifts and stuff to family and friends. So I make my own. I just buy my own and I do it myself, but you can buy it at the store. You can there's all types of body butters and stuff that you can get. So that's something simple I do. If you like to take baths, take a bath, a nice warm or hot bath with your salts and stuff, just to be cozy. I drink a lot of tea. I'm trying not to drink as much coffee, but I drink a lot of tea. And what I do is I have a lot of types of teas because I get bored easily. And so I just drink even when I'm at work, I have a electric kettle at work, a bunch of tea. Sometimes I offer my client tea. And that way it's just cozy. You just have something, nice and comforting and warm. Sister Crystal, that's a great that's a great question. It's super small scale now. It's just like at a local art gallery right now. But it would be great. Maybe I'll have an Etsy store eventually. I got to get it together though, because y'all already see me trying to. I disappeared from YouTube for a week. I was like, oh damn, I got to get on it. So I'm trying to juggle all the things. But anytime I do, I definitely will let you guys know when it's available if you wanted to get it. But I've been making that stuff for years, and I just give it out to people. What else? So you can work out inside. Like I try to work out inside. My workouts suffer in the winter, but I try my best to do something inside. I don't go to the gym since Rona. Okay. I was telling Seven Star, she go to the gym, which is great. Y'all seen Seven, she's on her grind, she's not playing. Listen, the gym had a lot of germs pre-panorama. So I ain't trying to go to the gym right now. Okay. So I either go outside or I work out inside. That's just me. But everybody has to do what works for them. But make sure you try to get some exercise. That's going to help your mental health. It's going to give you a boost and it's going to help you meditate. That's the same all year. I know y'all get sick and tired of me talking about meditation, honey, but it works. Oh, I found this new breathing technique. One of my best friends sent it. And it's the 4-7-8 breathing technique. I'm just going to write it. Baby, this is the truth. It's a Dr. Well video. I will post it on my community tab. It works. Okay. Instant, like if you have panic attacks, I didn't use it for panic attacks, but I use it because I be getting hype and stuff and I get anxiety. So it works faster than regular deep breathing. So I just wanted to tell y'all that. Let me stop and read these comments before I keep going. Miss Venus said it's written by a Black therapist, Nidra Glover Twab. Oh, yes. I'm okay. I'm going to have to order it then ASAP. This is a good recommendation. Have you started reading it, Miss Venus? Tell us a little bit about it. Hey, Bench. Happy weekend, love. You too. I say oily butter and greasy all year round. You know what? I like using body butter all year round too, Tiffany. But I only use it mostly like on my feet and stuff. But sometimes I'll switch to lotion in the warmer months. But I love sick butters too. Listen, Tiffany said, "Listen, I'm gonna walk around. I'm gonna be shiny and looking right. Okay." Hammond mints are great for winter. Ooh, tell us about the Hammond mints. I might be mispronouncing it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm writing that down too. Are great for winter skincare and the. Oh, is that the one that you scrub with? That's okay. I think I know what you're talking about. But just if you can explain it out, so I'm not like giving false information. Speaking of the mitts, you can also use a dry skin brush. I use that all year round. But because it's cold now, I just like forget about it. But it's good. It gets off the dry, dead skin, and then it's just a way to exfoliate, and it's good for your lymphatic system too. That is good stuff. Actually, I think it helps you digest better too. But that feels good. I like dry skin brushing, but I fell off my game, so I'm gonna have to get back on it. So meditation. Okay, so these are the two things I'm going to talk about. The weighted blanket, I've never used the weighted blanket, but a lot of clients swear by it, and other people that I've met. It's just like a deep pressure. Maybe some of you guys have a weighted blanket, so you can talk about it in the chat. But it helps for a lot of reasons. There's a lot of benefits. I'm going to read them. Where's my article? The weighted blanket, it creates a calming effect. It improves your social daytime interactions. It increases serotonin, which I'm pretty sure is one of the happy chemicals. Okay. Um, Decreases nervous system activity, which means you're going to be calmer, and it's going to lessen your anxiety. It reduces nighttime movement. So if some of us move around a lot or have restless leg, it's going to help with that. It helps if you have fibromyalgia. It lowers incidence of seizures. It reduces your heart rate. It soothes panic attacks. So I have a lot of clients who have severe anxiety and they love the weighted blanket. It increases feelings of security and a whole bunch of other things. But I just wanted to read y'all a few of those things. So weighted blankets apparently are the truth. Now, I've never used one, so I'm just going to be honest, but I've heard a lot of people say that it's very good. A happy light. This is something I recommend to a lot of clients who have seasonal affect disorder. So, that sunlight is magical. Okay. And if you're not getting enough of it, it can definitely cause, like, I think it's because your vitamin D levels drop. Because your vitamin D, if your vitamin D is low, it can actually contribute to depression. There's a lot of research about that. So make sure you take your vitamin D supplements, especially us melanated people. It's great that our skin protects us from the sun, but it also makes it a little harder to absorb. So make sure in the winter you're getting vitamin D because it helps with a lot of things. I read an article once that said vitamin D, they were actually considering thinking about it as like a hormone because it was so important to so many things in your body. Get some vitamin D, take it. It's very hard to overdose on it, so it's not like but you can always talk to your doctor if you're concerned. You can also ask for a simple vitamin D test. In Canada, I don't know about like some of my other people. AJ can let me know. I tried to get one. They were like, unless there's a reason, they don't just test you. But in the States, you can just ask for one. It's a cheap test. Miss Venus said, yes, I have a long story short, she helps you set better boundaries to ease anxiety, depression, etc. It's really good. Okay, guys, y'all got to check out that book. Set Boundaries, Find Peace by Nidra Glover. Tawab, and she posted it in the comments, but I wanted to read it back because that sounds very, very good. Thank you so much, Miss Venus, for sharing that. I dry brush too once a week before I hop in the shower. Yes, you're supposed to. Thank you, Tiffany. You're supposed to do it before you go in the shower. I didn't even say that. Tiffany is on it, y'all. Tiffany, we need a self-care video from you, sis, because you do all of the things, and I love it. Yup, Hammond mitts are used for intense exfoliating. Those West African mesh bathing cloths are also awesome. I swear by both. Ooh, I like the cloth. That sounds good. Y'all know Tiffany's skin must be popping. Her skin is popping. She's using all the butter. She's exfoliating. Okay, Hank, take some notes, sweetie. Let me stop. Lighting / mood lamps definitely help with the winter blues. This is huge, guys. What she's saying. Lighting / mood lamps definitely help with the winter blues. So the happy light, low lighting. I actually am obsessed with salt lamps. I used to only have one. Now I have 3. I have 2 at home and 1 at the office. And I swear by them. I use them all year, but they just have a nice iridescent glow. So definitely lighting is a big thing to get cozy. But the Happy Light, I think it has like certain, is it UV ray? I can't remember. I can't, it produces a certain type of light that actually will help you if you struggle with seasonal depression. So check out the Happy Light. I think it only takes like 10 minutes a day and it really boosts that for you. So that's something to check out. Um, Let me see. Why do I have? Ooh, child, my notes is a hot mess because I was like, "What is this?" Okay. Benj said, "Wish me blessings. On my way to my first herbal and vending event. Oh my gosh! Congratulations, Benj. We'll be showcasing my book too, Benj. Sis, you gotta drop the name of your book and please tell us where we can buy it. The link might not work because I think only mods can drop links, but please, please, please tell us the name of your book and where we can get it. And guys, please take a moment. Let's take a moment to send Binge some positive vibes. She's going to her first herbal and vending event. That is so exciting, Binge. That's great. I'm so happy for you. Please let us know how that goes. That's exciting. I hope you get a lot of sales and a lot of exposure. And I hope you have a great time. Please let us know how that goes. And if you're still here, drop your info on the book. Welcome everyone. Press the like button as you enter the room. Thank you kindly. Thanks, Sister Crystal. Miss Venus said vitamin D, magnesium. Yep, that's another one. Magnesium. Magnesium helps with anxiety. It helps with a lot of processes. I think it's like 300 processes in the body. A lot of us are low on magnesium. Y'all better listen to Miss Venus. Okay, but just don't take too much because it'll make you go to the bathroom. But magnesium, I actually recommend that to a lot of clients. And ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is an adaptogen. It can help you for anxiety. Does it help depression too? I know for sure it helps anxiety, but that's another great one. She's on point. And the vitamins I swear by. My favorite personally was rhodiola. I like rhodiola more than ashwagandha, but you kind of you have to figure out which one your body likes. They're both great, but they basically are the same thing. They basically work the same way. I'm telling y'all, she's absolutely on point here. Vitamin D, magnesium, and ashwagandha. Get into it. Tiffany said, "Oh, best of luck, Binge." Yes, best of luck to our sis, Binge. Um, you're welcome, love. You are welcome. Congratulations. That is huge. I'm kind of obsessed with skin maintenance and circulation. In fact, I'm about to do a derma needle on my face in a minute. Tiffany, we need this self-care video, sis. We need it. We need it. That sounds amazing. Oh my gosh. And her skin is beautiful because whenever I watch her videos, it's glowy. Child, listen, drop that regimen, sis. Thanks, Presha Cooker and chat. You're welcome, love. Facts on the vitamins. Yeah, Miss Venus that's the truth. I love herbal books. I'm definitely purchasing a book. Please leave your info. Binge, please drop it. If you have trouble, email me and I'll post it to the community wall. Like if it's not letting you post like a link or anything, just email me and I'll put it on my community wall. But guys, this is some good info right here. I'm trying to think of anything else. There's lots of winter tips, but this really helps me. I'm trying to keep it simple. But I really had to, the big thing for me, which feels counter, is to go outside. Just even if it's just 5 minutes, it's really good for your mental health. Staying cooped up all winter is not healthy. Even though this cold ain't shit sometimes. But yeah, it's important to do these things no matter where we are, no matter how cold it is. Like cold for you might not be cold for me. It's still fucking cold. So yes, Ben said I love ashwagandha. So yeah, that's a great herb. It's a really, really good one. I found out from about rhodiola and ashwagandha from a dietitian years ago. He was in Philly. And I'm telling you, that man really, really like helped me so much because whenever I take rhodiola, like if I'm feeling anxious and if I take it consistently, it really helps a lot. It really helps to calm you, but it doesn't make you sleepy or anything. And I think adaptogens work in a way that whatever you need, it gives it to you. So like, let's say you need energy, it will boost your energy. If you need to sleep, it's gonna be like, girl, you need to sleep. So yeah. Yeah, Sister Crystal, I don't have the link, but I don't know if Binge is gonna post it or if she's able to. I'm gonna keep an eye out and see if I see it. I'll look out for Binge's book for sure. Yes, Binge, please, 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 sis. We need this book. I love herbal stuff too. See, you got people already. We're waiting. We're like, hello, where can we get this book, sis? Um, Yeah, so I'm trying to think. That's the notes that I had for winter self care. I don't really have anything else about it. I should probably get off of here anyway. I gotta clean and go to the grocery store and things. I really don't want to go outside today, but I will get my few minutes. But guys, I've had so much fun with you guys. Thank you for being here. Through the messy part, through the sad stories, and through our winter self care. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for supporting this live. I'm sorry I haven't been on. If y'all don't see me, it's because things are cray cray. But I'm doing okay. I'm doing well. And I love y'all. I'm sending y'all good vibes. Shout out to Binge. Good luck at your event today. Shout out to Sister Crystal. Thanks for holding it down in the chat. My lovely sous chef. She's awesome. Shout out to Oh No. She's also a sous chef. And I just appreciate all of you guys. You guys are great. Thank you for being here. I don't know when I'll be back. I don't want to say stuff and disappoint you, but I'll try to be back. There's a lot going on, child. There's stuff that I specifically did not talk about, okay? But some of the stuff I'm aware of. Great live. Thank you to everyone for stopping by. Thank you, Sister Crystal. Thank you so much. Tiffany said, glad I caught another live. We're rewatching the beginning. Thanks, sis. Guys, please take care of yourself. Be safe. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Oh, check out Tiffany too. I don't know. I don't think she's had a video recently, but I know she's had a couple episodes. I don't want to butcher her show, but it's Coffee Rhetoric. I know she had some recent ones, so check it out. It was good. Kayleen White said, thank you, Presha. Have a great day. You too, love. Thank you so much for being here. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. Thank you, Tiffany. Ben said, okay, here. Yes, I'm so glad. Oh, wait, I thought this was okay. Eula, I can never say this one. Eula Thero enhances ashwagandha, great for colds, said to help with recall. That's another herb, right, Benj? I'm sorry if I'm butchering it, Eula Thero. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that there so you guys can write it down. But that Benj is like, if she's writing a whole book on herbs, then you know she knows her stuff. So write that down. She said it enhances ashwagandha, and it's good for colds. And said to help with recall. So thank you, Benj, for them gems. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all so much. So much. And I will see y'all in the next video. Let me play the outro so at least we can leave the info up here just in case you need to get it. And I'm gonna Bye, y'all.